Hi.
Hey, how about that, Ed?
And welcome once again
to the classic series.
for September. What is this? Didn't we
means-
just do like March of last year?
That means we finished the gift catalog is in preparation.
In
which is
preparation.
gorgeous this year.
Gorgeous.
This year.
Yeah.
And the new membership drive is out.
New
out,
membership drive.
right? Highlighting some of our selections for this month.
I see.
And you're here. And that's
I'm
got to
here.
be one of the greatest things that this
Ever.
club has ever
That's right.
been indoctrinated to.
I have been part of the Wine of the Month Club for longer than he has. He forgets that.
No,
part.
I was in the beer box at PV Liquor. In
Yeah.
fact, my daughter went to a PV the other day, and they went to Terranea, which is the old Marine Land.
Right.
Of course, I told her how we used to sneak into, and why we starting with the white, but that's fine.
Well, I don't know because I had it open. And
So I was telling her how we used to go. I used to climb down the cliff and come up into the practice tanks, and then the guard would come over and say, "Hey, you kids, you're not supposed to be in the practice tanks," and force us back into the park.
and nothing's changed. He's still trying to get away with stuff.
So she went around to the old house, to Mom and Dad's house, and I
Oh,
sit on
yeah.
the cliff.
Oh, what a gorgeous
I
house.
said it's
that
changed a lot since then in the neighborhood, but they sat on the cliff, took a picture of where I used to sit. I
Mm-hmm.
go, could I tell you stories about what happens on the edge of that cliff?
Yeah,
Let me tell
I
you
can
something.
imagine.
So
Okay, this is Vaya Vadiso Sauvignon Blanc from Chile.
I thought that was a typo.
It's
not Vaya Vadiso.
It's Vaya Vadiso. That's
We
a
have
typo.
these guys, this importer. We've done a lot of wines from him, and we always get exclusive rights to these things. Where he comes up with it, I have no idea. But
That's really good.
they bring in so much great wine, and not some of it's pretty atypical. This is pretty typical. But this isn't so green as the Chilean.
No,
Sauvignon
but it
Blanc.
has a ton of upfront fruit, really beautiful stuff. And then you think it's going to be a little flabby at the finish, but it's got that wonderful acid that
Wow.
kicks in there. You know that? My God, that's
This is
incredible.
this is really
Really
full-bodied
good.
Sauvignon Blanc.
$14.99 on the shelf, $6.99 a reorder price. That's like free.
It's reminded me of a Napa style Sauvignon Blanc. It's got some.
Absolutely, it's got that
that
kind
depth.
of a little minerality to it. That's amazing. I'm doing a 96 on this. I'm going to take a case of this home.
Well, Ed comes flying in here. You got any Tempranillo? You got any Sangiovese from Opolo? I go, Sangiovese, we fished it like 2 years ago. Oh, yeah. Well, you got any Tempranillo then?
Tempranillo.
And the answer was no still. Sorry.
What are you giving this? Anything?
95.
And now for something completely different.
Now this is I loved this wine when I tasted it, and this is a restaurant-only wine. And we're fortunate here at Wine of the Month Club to get wines that are vinted for restaurant use, and because of our licensing, they allow us to buy them. So you can't find these in the shops. But this
You want to tell them why they have wines for restaurant only?
You can because you're a restaurant too.
because the restaurants don't want anybody to compare prices. If they see Kendall Jackson for $8 a glass or $10 a glass, you can buy it for $10 a bottle. They think people get upset with it, but that happens. So, but.
Well, a lot of
Wow.
we've had this issue before, like the
It's a big
Sycamore
wine.
Lane. The Sycamore Lane was a
Sycamore
restaurant
Lane was great wine. That was made in Monteverde.
but it's not always great. Sometimes the vintages are bad, and I don't like them. But this is one of these wines, and I've never even tasted this wine before, that I thought was really great value. Mm-hmm. And if you notice, Ed, and we had this discussion earlier, this is the third of 4 wines that has a screw cap.
yeah.
That we have. So 75% of the wines this month in the Classic Series have screw caps, and I think that's a prediction.
I want to know what's wrong with the other 25%.
It's actually a prediction, isn't it?
Well, I hope so. I mean, anybody that puts a cork in a bottle of wine is stupid. Absolutely stupid. You want to hear something really crazy?
Right.
I've been in this business for a few years. And I've been doing I get a lot of samples because I blend wine and whatnot. For the first time in my life, I got a corked sample
Oh,
of wine.
come on.
How long was it in the cork? 2 weeks?
I don't know, but that's bizarre. I've never seen that.
I'm going, no, this can't be corked. And I'm smelling the wine and I'm smelling the cork. I said, my God, this is awful. I mean, this is really, really bad, though. I mean, because it probably ruined the wine after a day or two. But it's never happened,
But then we were at Han Estates, which the wines were great the other day on Monday, and they would never use a screw cap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then I'm thinking, well, what about if you're New Zealand? You never use a cork.
New Zealand, Austria, Germany. I mean, a lot of the low-end Burgundies are in screw caps.
This is really fun.
It's
isn't it?
phenomenal wine.
Easy.
Absolutely
Such an easy
unbelievable.
drinking
I'm
Merlot.
shocked at how good this is for that kind of money. I mean, first of all, look at the color.
Mm-hmm.
Smell it. You can smell it, can't you? It's really good.
That's the next step that we're investing in a smell of wine. Well, actually, the guy from Whole Foods, which is a national chain, asked one of my brokers if he would bring a scratch and sniff label. So you'd scratch it and you smell the Cabernet. Okay, can you believe that?
No. I mean, yes, I can. I don't want to. All right, I'm doing a 95 on
I'm
this.
at 95 too. If you scratch and sniff this, you would get wonderful blueberries and blackberries and a little bit of vanilla in there too. You know?
Crazy is this? $14.99 on the shelf, $7.99 a reorder price, and yes, easily 95 points and a good 95. No, we're going back to red now. I'm handling this, okay? Just enough of it.
Oh, the glass. Okay, sorry.
That one.
Now, this is fun. This is Sangiovese Tuscan Red.
Yeah.
So it's not grown in the district of Chianti, for instance, but it's Sangiovese. You can see the color is all Sangiovese. And another wine that came in here this is, I don't know, about 3 weeks ago. It was pretty recent. I'm going, wow, how do they do this? How do they bring it from Italy and we can sell it for $7.99 on a reorder? I mean,
Wow. Very, very Tuscan, Chianti-ish.
completely.
Very, very nice wine.
Wow. You get that spicy component. It's not too heavy. It's not as heavy as
No, but you still have some nice little subtle fruit in the nose and in the finish. You know, I mean,
you get that rust-colored Chianti character.
$15.99 a shelf, $7.99. $7.99 is a great price. I mean, that's like buying Chianti for $7.99, and I'm doing a 95 on that too.
96.
Wow, it's really got a nice nose, though.
The reason I'm going 96 is because of what you just said. This is Chianti-esque for the price of Chianti. I mean, remember we used to be able to do Classicos in the Classic series. Hey, how about that? Classical in the Classic. You can't even touch it now.
No, forget it. Well, part of that's the exchange rate, too, you know. I mean, when you were buying some wines from me like 12, 13 years ago, I was paying 72 cents for €1. Today, I have to pay $1.40, which is double the price. So if the price stayed the same in euros, the price in dollars is now double.
That's true.
All right, and some of the smart guys are actually lowering their price in euros to try and sell some wine because people are going, it's too expensive. I can't buy it.
Well, we have seen more European wines recently. In fact, there's a German guy, Patrick Lenguth, who's very persistent. And he keeps telling me and I said, look, you don't understand. It's a good wine. It's a I forgot that indigenous German grape. It's not Riesling.
Oh,
hey,
Mueller-Thurgau?
No.
Kerner?
Bacchus?
Bacchus.
I don't think that's the grape.
That's a god of wine.
No, yeah, it wasn't.
That would be me.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of that, I had the goddess of wine in here. Okay, this is very cool, actually. She's a blogger.
Oh.
Like most bloggers start out, I
know who
love,
she is.
I love wine,
Yeah, right.
Very nice, interesting lady. But here's the most interesting part is, I said, where'd you get started in wine? You know what she produces? A Wine of the Month Club binder with newsletters from the 90s. And it's got wine from way back. Way back. And I'm going, what do you mean? She says, well, we started in wine because of your club. And now I'm this blogger about wine. So what the heck?
Everybody knows everything today.
God, look at
this is amazing.
The nose
this
is great.
Absolutely amazing. That nose, the mouth is incredible. I mean, this is like a really expensive Chardonnay.
It's our friend Jeff Dye.
Oh, yeah. Well, God, the stuff this guy comes up with
I don't know how he does it.
I don't have a clue.
And I keep telling his broker, look, I love the stuff, but I can't keep featuring it. But then I have to keep featuring it because the wines are so good.
That's one of the best ones yet. $6.99. I mean, I'm dumbfounded. I'd give it a 97.
Mm-hmm. It's a Canyon Oaks.
Flavor is amazing.
What vintage is this? 13, I think. Yeah, it's 13. And it shows the grape. That's the key about it. I'm giving it a 96. Yeah.
Not overdone. I mean, it's got great acidity. It's really nice finish. It's got beginning, middle, end. Inexpensive wines, they usually try to do whatever they can to get it drinkable, all right? So they'll blend all kinds of stuff in there.
Beginning, middle, end. It sounds like the Linus Lucy cartoon I read once from this when Linus said, read me a book, Lucy, and she gets disgruntled and reads in the book, said, there was a man, he was born, he lived, and he died.
Welcome to the Charles Schultz
Show. He goes, and Linus says, sounds like a very interesting character. Anyway, I give it a 96.
It's wonderful wine. Absolutely incredible. I mean, this tastes like a really big deal Chardonnay from Sonoma or Napper. Or I like to call it Sonoma. Okay, that's our
Cheers.
show for September 2014. God, I can't wait for the next one. I'll bet you can't either.